We stand for service. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
All right, 6:39. Pfizer is set to meet today with top U.S. health officials to discuss its request for federal authorization for a third dose booster of its COVID-19 vaccine. The Washington Post first reported on Sunday. The CDC said last week they don't think booster shots are needed right now, after Pfizer had said boosters would be needed within 12 months. Dr. Anthony Fauci, President Biden's chief medical advisor, said yesterday that it's too soon for the government to recommend a booster, but it's entirely conceivable, maybe likely, that booster shots will eventually be needed.
So 3 shots now?
Possibly.
Okay.
Now that's for... Why do you say it like that?
What? What? Now it's up to 3?
Now 3. We got 3 shots now.
Now we got to get a booster shot too? What?
Why do you say it like that?
What?
Now that's for Pfizer. We got the Moderna.
Now we got to get a booster shot too, y'all. Now we need 3.
Now that's...
I'm going to stop.
That's
I'm going
the
to stop because...
Oh, now it's 3 now.
No, I'm going to stop.
You like dumb it down. Like.
Stop.
But they don't say nothing about the Moderna. So Moderna, you might be good.
Okay, well, that's good.
So I'm good, y'all.
But Pfizer got to get 3.
The worst. Oh, it's 3 now.
Got to get a booster.
Normally a vaccine is 1. Now we got to get 2. Oh, now we got to get 3. 3 now. What's next? Going to be 4.
Goodness.
Then it's going to be 4. A little bit more serious. So the confirmed death toll in a Surfside, Florida condominium collapse rose to 90 on Sunday with the discovery of 4 new victims. There's still some 31 people listed as missing. Miami-Dade Fire Chief said yesterday that the recovery work at the site where the 12-story tower south once stood could be over in as early as 2 weeks, saying that we're looking at a 14 to 21-day time frame, while adding, however, that's a sliding scale. So thoughts and prayers going out to everyone in Florida.
Yeah, I read they said they will not stop until everybody is recovered. So.
Yeah, well... Very sad situation there. Thousands of protesters demonstrated in a Cuban capital of Havana and in other parts of the country on Sunday in one of the biggest anti-government demonstrations in Cuba in decades, protesting food shortages and high prices amid the pandemic. Police initially walked behind the demonstrators, but broke up the Havana protest after a couple of hours when a few marchers threw rocks. Cuba shut down internet service during the afternoon, blocking marchers' attempts to broadcast the protest live from their cell phones. Now, people complain. I'm just going to say this. This might be unpopular, but this is just me saying.
What?
I hear complaints about things going on in the U.S. and people are like, oh, I'm going to move out of the U.S. I'm going to a different country and all this. And then you look at things that happen in other countries and you wonder why people want to come here to the U.S.
Right.
They shut down internet. They just shut it off. So you couldn't broadcast anything on your phone.
Couldn't go live.
Yeah. Now, have they ever done that here? Could you imagine if they did do that here? You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard about other countries threatening to shut off electric. Or I heard in Australia when they had their COVID lockdowns, that there were it was almost like martial law, like police in the streets, and you would get arrested for being outside. Like, can you imagine?
How strict it was?
Yeah. Now I heard talks like people kept saying, "Oh, that's how it's going to be here." No, it's never like that. Can you imagine if it was like that here?
Oh gosh, I can't.
So stop complaining about the U.S. We live in the greatest country in the world.
Not imagine.
We live in the great. So I'm just saying. You look at what other countries are doing.
Look at what they go through.
Yeah. They don't do that here.
Wow.
That's why, we're a free country. So I'm just saying. But just crazy. And Bill Cosby apparently wants to get back into doing comedy on the road now that he's been released from prison. We talked a little bit about that last week.
Yep.
With the sexual assault conviction overturned. But one place that he won't be doing it is New York City's iconic Comedy Cellar. The club owner told TMZ they're not interested in him performing there or even coming in the door. All right. TMZ notes the Comedy Cellar has had controversial acts, including Louis C.K., among others, after their sexual misconduct scandals.
But they are not.
But they're not interested in Cosby. So we'll definitely keep you up to date on that. Jess, you got some local stories.
Yeah, so a Millsboro man is facing multiple charges after leaving the scene of a hit-and-run crash in Rehoboth Beach. The Delaware State Police say that at around 4:50 p.m. on Saturday, 46-year-old Derek White was driving westbound on Rehoboth Beach Extension SR1A in the area of Church Street. A 20-year-old Rehoboth Beach woman was riding her bicycle in front of him on the shoulder when White hit her bike with his 2015 Jeep. The force of the impact threw the victim off of her bike and into the entrance of the Henlopen Square shopping complex. The victim was treated on scene by EMS and then airlifted to Christiana Medical Center with serious injuries. White is now facing multiple charges, including first-degree vehicular assault, which is a felony. He is also being charged with driving under the influence of drugs, leaving the scene of a crash resulting in injury, and failing to remain in a single lane. He was taken to SCI, $3,500 cash bond. If anyone has any information on this crash, please call 302-644-5020. Also, we are right here on the Eastern Shore. We're known for crabs. The crab shortage continues.
Hold on. Crab shortage? No!
It is still causing some major issues right here in the restaurant industry. So a few restaurants, Adams Tap House and Grill, they say that they have been struggling with recent crab shortages. They even went as far as taking the crab cakes off of their menu. Other restaurants say that they're not even sure if things are going to get better. People say that they're just getting crushed everywhere with this crab shortage. It's summer, and right here on the Eastern Shore, many residents say that they can relate. This time of year is crab season. Although many restaurants say that they've been waiting for business to pick up, we are told that the crab shortage is ongoing and still causing some major road bumps for them. Now restaurants are ordering more product than they need because they don't know when the next shipment is going to arrive from their suppliers. And then also the next thing is the price points is going to be a little bit higher. So just be very patient with the crab shortage. And in Cambridge,
That's
two
no
people.
good.
I know. 2 people are recovering at Tidal Health after being involved in a high-speed crash on Saturday afternoon. The Cambridge police say that the driver of the first vehicle was speeding and did not stop at a 4-way intersection at Robinson High Street. That's where police say that the driver crashed into another vehicle. Both cars ended up in the yard of a house there on Robin Street. One driver needed to be airlifted to Tidal Health in Salisbury, and the other driver was also injured and taken by ambulance to Tidal Health. That crash is still under investigation.
647, it's a Bill and Jessica show. We got sports up next. Here's Lil Nas X. Good morning.